Hey YouTube, today I'm going to be reviewing my Star Wars Transformers Darth Vader T.I.E advance. So, this is one of the great figures. It's one of the nicer ones. One thing that when I look for a Transformer, I look for a shell former, or, I don't remember the term exactly, but one that's completely in a shell. Now, looking underneath the Transformer here, we can see, let me just let the lightsabers loose a bit, so it won't stand up. Okay. There we go. We can see some of Vader's parts, and now that's underneath them. That's not too bad, especially since you usually look at the ship from the top view. So, if it was all completely covered, except for the necessarily visible hinges and panels, is good. The more stuff you can hide on a Transformer is good. Okay. Now, we're going to take a look at some of the other aspects of this Transformer. Let's move on to the Mini Vader. Minifigures, I love them. I absolutely love them here. You can see the arms move, and they bend at the waist. Now the Vader minifigure is good. Nice. There is a little bit of, let's see, you can see a gap in the cape when you bend it down. Now, that's something that you can't really avoid in the minifigures, so it's okay, because Vader has to have a cape. Now, oh yeah. This is the minifigure from my used Darth Vader Death Star. I didn't lose the minifigure for this one, and no, it did come with one. But the one it came with, the Mini Vader's figure's arms were on backwards. So he broke into little pieces. And, no, I'm not happy with that. Since I got my, Darth Vader Death Star used, I sent them a little message asking them if they would be willing to send me parts. But I told them it wasn't necessary because it wasn't anything big, like the parts weren't included. I love the Star Wars Transformers, and that's why I want to get them all. And, make a Star Wars Transformers cartoon, so to say, or toymation, but not just like simple animation. I mean like a cartoon thing. Now let's go on to firing. The firing sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Like the one on the right didn't fire. I'll give the one on the right a second chance, though. Because firing in the Star Wars Transformers can sometimes be random. Nope. Oh, it just doesn't want to fire for some reason. Let me put it in the left one and see if it's the actual mechanism. No, it's the lightsaber. Probably because the lightsaber is bent a little wrong. But so, firing works good on with one of the lightsabers. Like I said, it's pretty random. And then the figure in this mode is good. There's not very many problems with it besides the firing. And then one other thing here. This wing right here, if you see that panel is kind of coming out, this wing becomes the cape for Vader. I love that, except the panels don't really fit inside. They tend to come off, so you have the bottom part of the wing dangling down as you're flying the ship around and goofing off. But, RuneScape 228, he suggested using something with something like liquid nails or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, so you can check there if you want to fix that, which I think I might. Especially since I might make a transformation out of these. Now, for the transformation, is pretty simple. So, first of all, you separate the wings from the connection points, and then you take both wings off. That's what the instructions say. Now me, I like to leave one wing on, which I will get to in a minute, for why you leave the wing on. Now, you got the legs that come out from the bottom. Very similar to the Emperor Palpatine, to Imperial Shuttle. I can get in there and take it out just as easily. Except the legs, it's just a little bit different. Okay. And then, let's see if we can see here. There's these little panels on the side here. Got one. Okay, sorry. It was my thumb then. Those panels fold up. And then they go into the back there. And then these other panels fold forward. And now there's reasons for things on Transformers. Oops, the wing fell off anyways. Because they don't just do something because you can do it that way. Sometimes. Now, for the head. The Mini Vader can stay in the cockpit. But, now, there's where the Mini Vader figure is in front. But now, actually, I want to point out something interesting I noticed when I did this review with the not-so-good camera. This is, the remake. But then, if you notice there, it looks kind of like a seat, okay? Now, actually, I figured out that it is a seat. Because there's two ways you can look at Star Wars Transformers. You can look at them like you do the Transformers from the movie and the old kids animated TV show. When you look at them that way, the Transformers are androids, or whatever you want to call them, really extraterrestrial robots that think on their own, and they do all these other things, and it's just this big great battle. So you can look at Star Wars Transformers that way, or you can look at the Star Wars Transformers as these giant man-made machines that are used for battle. And then the minifigures are the pilots for them, the human pilots. That's kind of like the Voltron approach to the Roe Beasts of Zarkon and Lotor, which has all those guys. So then, you put the guy on that figure, or on the, because there's a little base there for him to rest. You put the guy on the seat, sorry. And then close it up. And he stays in there pretty good. There is some rattling in there sometimes, but it's not that bad. Okay. So now, when you put him in there, if you see Vader's chest plate, his box or whatever you call it, that there is clear with the details on it. And it's clear, so then, you know, you look at the guy, he's sitting in his new seat now, because the Vader's not standing up for him. And that's his window, so he can see out what he's doing. I like the window approach versus the screen approach. Now, let's see if this will work. Nope. Now, we're going to get on to the... Okay. So then, the wing did end up coming off, but I'll show you why I like to leave it on. There's these little teeny tabs. The other way. That you fit into, or no, that you slide. Okay, sorry about that. Just something happened to my old footage. And, I noticed that because the video wasn't complete online. So, now I'm just fixing it, but like I was saying, there's these little tabs right here. And you just slide them forward to put the hands back, and then you can use the tabs or push the hands back in to slide them back in. But, I can get in there and take it out just as easily with the wing on as I can with the wing off. And so now we'll go back to the rest of the original review. One other little thing that I forgot to mention here. I said earlier that RuneScape 228 suggested using liquid nails or something, and then I put a little thing that says nail varnish. Yeah, it is nail varnish. You just put them on the little bumps right there. It's really helped. The wing would have already been separated by now, but it doesn't make it too hard to separate, you know. It's still a great cape. And then this one has 2 bumps. This bump is for connecting into the side of the ship. The top bump is for fitting into this hole right up here, and it just fits in. Okay, now back to the rest of the review. So really the worst parts of this figure were the broken up Vader and the hand is a little hard to get the lightsaber in, and the wing panel. One thing I forgot to mention really quickly on Star Wars Transformers Emperor Palpatine to Imperial Shuttle. I'm not going to extend him out, but let's get a look at his hand here. Now, I said the lightsaber was a slide-in, and I like that the best. It doesn't fall out. There's a little bump that has to be aligned in order to slide it out on the lightsaber. It's one of the decoration bumps. The slide out is good, and it doesn't fall out. Now, a little description to help describe why it doesn't fall out. You've probably heard when people say, when you're writing, I should be able to walk up there and slip the pencil out of your hand. Now, you know that grip is strong enough that the pencil won't fall out when you tip your hand a certain way, but yet it's light enough that you can take it out. That's how fitting a lightsaber in is good. And so, yeah, the Vader's a good figure. I would strongly recommend him. That's it. Bye.